strike. He's looking to play his natural game. Rizwan bottling it short of the length into the batsman. Still looking to cut it, but getting no room. Dabbing it down to the third man region for another run.
But that was a very sharp short ball by Rizwan, bowling into the right-hander. Hotel didn't have any clue of that, just guiding that down to third man. It was up in the air, but into the vacant area. A good start for Rizwan here. He's bowling that hard lengths, heavy lengths. I think he has that a bit of pace as well. Again, getting the ball into the right-hander. This is good bowling by him.
Rizwan debuting from Malaysia just last year in December. First list A match was against Denmark in December. Has taken 12 wickets in 4 matches. Looks quite impressive. Decent average of 11 only. Be interesting to see how he goes.
No, there was a bit of a bounce there for the bowler. Bhimsarki was too close to him to cut the ball. A good start here by Rizwan.
Looks a seasoned campaigner till now. Rizwan had 36 years of age. Getting that angle coming in from round the wicket. Seems to have good pace as well. Hits it hard into the wicket.
Nicely bowled again into the body of the right-hander. Bhimsarki played that well, guiding them down to third man for a single. A very cautious start by Nepali batsman. A wicket down already. Asif Sheikh, the ball stopped on him. And it was a smart catch taken by the bowler. A return catch.
A very good catch taken by Wafiq on his own bowling. It's never easy for a fast bowler to react, take a catch on his own bowling.
The first poor delivery bowled by Rizwan down to the leg side. The ball angling into the right-hander, bowling round the wicket, the left-hander. Look at this again. Trying to do too much. Getting his line wrong there.
Very interesting tactics by Malaysia. Straight away the left armer coming round the wicket, probably trying to tug in the batsmen. The Nepali batsman liked room outside the off stump. Just short ball by Rizwan and nicely placed. Nicely pulled there by Kushal.
Yeah, Kushal right on top of the bounce, pulling that ball down to deep square leg for a boundary. After 2, Nepal are 12 for 1.
Lifebuoy hand washले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ World's #1 selling germ protection soap brand.
Okay boys, in this pitch what we need is speed. We need to be fast. Coach. Who's the fastest? Whirling. Okay, Whirling. Whirling.
सबैलाई थाहा छ इन्टरनेटको स्पिड र सर्भिस दुवैमा फास्टेस्ट Whirling नै हो.
This is the first.
Irfan to continue from the Chobar end. Outside off stump, angling the ball away from the right-hander. It was missed by Bhimsarki. Wanted to cut that ball. The ball was not close to cut. A good passage of play here. The first power play of the second innings. Nepal off to a good start, but lost that wicket of Asif Sheikh.
Yeah, cautious start here by Nepal. Nothing extravagant. That's some swing there, Wafiq. A big shout there by the bowler. Seemed to be a touch high to my liking. Umpire had a good strong look. In the replay you can see probably pitched around leg stump. Hit him above the knee roll. Probably a touch high, Paresh.
Yeah, I think so. That is why the umpire was unmoved there. I think that would have missed the off stump. It was touch high. Nevertheless, it was a very good delivery by Irfan, creating all sorts of trouble to Bhim Sarki.
Ball just jagging back in after pitching for Wafiq. Oh, a sharp shot one there by Wafiq. Hit straight in the chest of Bhim.
Good aggression shown by Irfan. A very sharp short ball, bending his back. Hit Bhim Sarki on his right chest. Good aggression shown. I like this.
Equally nicely played by Bhim as well, keeping his hands down, no risk, letting the ball hit his body. That must wake up Bhim a little bit.
Again, well bowled, good channel here by Irfan. I must say Malaysia is right on top, putting pressure on these two batsmen, especially Bhim Sarki, who's played 7 deliveries just for a single.
Wafiq looking very, very impressive here, putting real good effort, bending his back. Not giving anything away. Wafiq after picking his first wicket in the first over, would be very confident as well.
Nicely flicked away off his pads, but straight to fine leg. Now, this is what Bhim Sarki does. He just maneuvers the ball around, takes the single, rotates the strike. Like I said, this is a very good move by the head coach Monty Desai to send him at number 3. He always bats in the middle order. Now he has that opportunity to score runs. He has done that before in the final game against UAE in the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2. He scored a half century to get his home through. Nicely flicked, but straight to mid-wicket. After 3, Nepal 13 for 1.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Lifebuoy hand wash ले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
Not much to say in the batting carriage, just the start of the 4th over. Purtel not out on 6 and Bhim not out on 2. Rizwan doing a good job here. Slightly slower, he wanted to swing the ball into the right-hander. Nicely played by Bhim Sarki just for a single.
Saraki is very good at rotating the strike. Very busy player in the crease. Good runner between the wickets. Both of these lads, Purtel and Bhim Sarki, are very, very fit. They run very, very good among the wickets as well. There we can see a quick single taken. Played with soft hands, Kushal.
And this is what Bhim Sarki does. runs very quick in between the wickets. That was a single stolen from the fielder's hand. Good running.
30, the midfielders around the 30-yard circle. You would expect them to run like this between the wickets too.
Cut that away, but straight to wide. Third man for a single. A good shot, just ending up for a single. Was right on top of the bounce. Played it down on the ground. Rolled his wrist.
Looks a very skiddy customer, Rizwan. You can see a lot of balls being played down the third man region. The shot to play for is when the ball is coming in, actually, to play around the third man. Nicely driven there by Kushal. Probably a slower ball by Rizwan. Early variations shown by him too. Probably not trying to be predictable in this flat wicket, which is the right way to go.
Yeah, good change of pace by Rizwan there. Burtel didn't have the timing right. The ball came a bit slower than expected. A good change of pace by Rizwan. Good bowling. Nicely bowled again. Right on the money.
Definitely a bowling plan there for us. You can see him tugging these batsmen up. They're just trying to bowl it on the stumps, angle it in, probably just keeping it back of the length. There's no swing in offer till now. Just right on the spot for the start.
It's too early to say this, but he's bowling in a very good line and length, Rizwan. I think the batters should bat outside the crease to cover the angle. Nicely bowled, a slower ball again. Guided down to the third man region for single.
Yeah, it's 4 overs done and Nepal are 17 for 1.
Lifebuoy hand washले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
There's a change in the field for Irfan. The slips comes to the short mid. Inside edge, running down to the boundary for 4 runs. Lucky boundary for Kushal Burtel.
Probably it was a little risky shot there by Kushal. The ball coming in sharply. There was very little width to play with. Inside edging it, luckily went past the stumps, above the head of the keeper for 4 runs.
I think the ball skidded into him and he didn't have that time to go back to the back foot. Played it on the front foot, that is why he got the inside edge. Lucky didn't go to the stumps, went for a boundary over the keeper's head. Nicely pulled, fine, yet another boundary, back-to-back boundary for Kushal Burtel, and look at the crowd. 21 for 1, 25 for 1 rather, Nepal in the 5th over. A good start for them.
Back-to-back boundaries coming in for Nepal. This would get some momentum going for Team Nepal. Yeah, Wafiq bowling right where Kushal Burtel likes it. Just short of down the left side. Tried to pull it. Burtel getting half of it and just guiding it towards the fine leg region. Fetching another 4.
Good over for Nepal, and that's timed very well, but no single taken. Good fielding there by Virendeep Singh.
Vijay Unni, probably. Yeah, a little office played there by Kushal between the mid wicket and mid on region. Probably the umpires checking in with the ball. Something, the seam has been damaged. A change of ball required. Stop is in play.
Yeah, I think the ball is slightly stopping onto the batsman. If that's the case, then it's a problem for the Nepali batters because the ball was nicely coming onto the bat in the first innings for Malaysia. The ball is getting changed here.
The ball getting stopped up, getting damaged early is a sign of the dryness of this wicket, Paresh. But hopefully it will still be very good for batting. Haven't seen much of a change except the first wicket which fell for Team Nepal, in which ACC could see a puff of dust for a ball which was banged slightly back of the length. Definitely this pitch would be playing a bit differently than last month for us because of the summer season creeping in, more drier wickets, less rain around. What do you say, Paresh?
Yeah, definitely, because the summer is around. It will change. It'll get much drier, much slower as the tournament progresses. Nicely bowled, right on the money again. Irfan, a good comeback by Irfan after the first two deliveries that he bowled went for a boundary.
Also very good to see, Paresh, the renovation work done in TU Cricket Ground with the all walls being painted. You can see a fresh new look in the ground.
Coming down the track, bowling way outside the leg stump. Irfan given as a wide, rightfully so by the umpire. Now that is what Kushal Purtel does to a bowler. He just takes a step or two in front, just disturbing the line and length of the bowler. He was successful in doing so, creating a wide. Yet again, another wide. It was down the leg side. The bowler thought that there was something in that ball, either brushed the trouser or the thigh pad, but the umpire said no, it's a wide.
Rafiq is really bowling in the strong zone of Kushal where he likes it. Short and on the leg stump. That's where Kushal Purtel is strong.
Third wide in a row. A hat-trick of wides by Irfan. Very ordinary bowling effort by him. After taking that first wicket of Asif Sheikh, this over has been very ordinary.
Probably he was trying for a slower bouncer there, Rafiq, early on. Variations are important, but discipline in bowling is equally important, Paresh. Can't give anything easy to the opponents.
A good comeback ball by him, right on the middle stump. Nicely defended by Purtel. He just defended on a walk there, Purtel. That shows that wicket is not as much flat as was in the first innings. Stopping a bit, because of the dry weather here.
Yes, still it should be an easy chase for Nepal if they have wickets in hand and the main batsmen step up and play their natural game. They have been brought in. What a big shot that was by Kushal. Flicked off his leg for a huge six. Cleared the ropes easily.
That is what Patel does to a bad delivery. Nice pickup shot down to mid wicket for a six. Look at that. Got the height, got the distance as well. A big one into the grass banks. A good way to end the over. A very expensive over by Irfan. Nepal after 5, 34 for 1.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
The 5th over of the innings. Rizwan Haider. Nicely bowled, angling into the right-hander. Abim Saki had no clue about that ball.
Rizwan coming round the wicket, wide of the crease. Be very difficult to get that LBW. The ball you can see clearly going down the left side, the keeper moving down the left side. This does give an impression that the ball was clearly missing the stumps.
Nicely bowled again. Not giving whatsoever room to the batsman. Bowling it stump to stump. Bhim Sarki a bit on a bowler in the centre there. Played already 12 balls for 4 runs. Whereas Kushal Patel, a massive 6 the last over. 22 of 17. Nicely played and good running. The fielder was very deep in the 30-yard circle and was caught on his heels there. That is why Bhim Sarki was able to take that single, and it's very quick in between the wickets.
You can see him presenting the full face of the bat. So that's the right way to go. Best option against that angle coming in. This slow wicket getting slow, that's the best option to go for. Nicely caught that around the point region again by Kushal. Kushal getting a move on here now. Getting boundaries one after another. Moves to 26.
That was very well timed by Kushal Patel. Look at that. Played it very late into the gap. A good shot. Beating the third man fielder. Very well done. A neat touch, I must say. Played it very, very late.
Used the pace of Rizwan. Got that width he needed. Slight change of pace there by Malaysia. Looking to bowl stump to Kushal. Nicely defended.
Any width outside the off stump or angling to the leg side, Kushal Patel will pounce on it. Again, a slower ball. Good running between the wickets by these two batsmen. After 6, Nepal 40 for 1.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Lifebuoy hand washले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस। यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ। वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
Let's some bowling change left arm around.
Petri Sham is the new bowler from the Chobar end. The left arm orthodox. Because Irfan was smashed all around the park by Kushal Bhurtel. That is why he's off from the bowling. And the spinner has been introduced in the 7th over.
It's a good change for Malaysia. Experienced captain that Fayaz is reading the conditions well.
Full toss and equally well dealt with by Kushal Bhurtel. Down to long on for one bounce boundary. He's dealing in boundaries at the moment, Kushal Bhurtel. That was a juicy full toss. The first ball just a loosener by Fitri.
Rank loose ball there by Fitri Sham. Straight away pressure on the bowler. Clean, neat hit by Kushal. You won't miss on those.
Another good hit. This is gone for a maximum. Beautiful pickup shot by Kushal Bhurtel. He's in the mood. He's dealing in boundaries and sixes at the moment.
See the loud cheer in the crowd. Aren't they excited? Boundaries coming in. Kushal Bhurtel picking the right option. Pitched up. The the mid-on fielder in the right option to go. 6 clean runs.
Yeah, playing across the spin. Now there's a fielding change. The mid-on fielder goes back to long on. And there's a long off. The 2 boundary riders in the first power play inside 10 overs. Nicely played. Good stop.
Square driven there by Bhurtel. Smacking it well, isn't he? You can listen to the crack of the bat in the commentary box as well, Paresh.
Yeah, the sweet sound, the ball hitting the middle of the bat. Nicely driven down the ground by Bhurtel for a single. A good start for Nepal here. 51 already in the 7th over. Just losing the wicket in the first over.
Nicely punched down the ground by Bheem again for a single. Partnering well to Kushal. Boundaries coming, singles being rotating easily. Rotated.
The ball stopped a bit. He was eyeing that backward point region, Kushal Bhurtel. A dot ball to end the 7th over. Nepal 52 for 1.
Beam, we only have 1 day left. Focus, man.
No, coach. We have 1 month. You have 1 month. I have 1 month. I have sent my referral. No, please check it once.
Whirling River Guns दुवैजनालाई 1 महिना फ्री इन्टरनेट र नेट टिभी सब्सक्रिप्सन पाउनुहोस् Whirling River offer.
Alright, guys, don't worry. We have 1 month. Let's do this.
Lifebuoy hand washले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस। यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ। वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
So good afternoon, Lenny. Welcome back again.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sheridan. Hello everyone, how are we? Game number 1 here, and already Nepal are showing why, particularly on home soil, they are going to be such a formidable force. There's been signs of Kushal Bertel's progression as a batter, his maturity. I think in previous days, even though he's striking at nearly 150, he might have found a way to get out here, but he's picking his options in a much stronger manner. We've seen him play innings where his strike rate is 60 or 70 to start with. He's always going to be a bit of a dasher. He's got that natural attacking instinct. Comes from his T20 cricket. Look at the maturity. Historically, maybe he'd have hit that up into the air, find a way to give a chance. Instead, he knows how to bat long. He has that maiden ODI century to his name.
Yes, you can see by his stats he's played 36 ODIs till now with an average of 22, which he would like to improve. Impressive average of 81. He scored 100 in the last series. Be very confident coming on to this series as well.
I think this is something that Monty Desai and all the selection panel, of Can and everyone involved in the senior echelons deserves great credit for. Sometimes you can look at the numbers, the raw numbers. The easiest thing to do in the world, isn't it? To just click onto the cricket info profile and say, oh, well, Kushal Mala's only averaging 18. Why would we pick him? He's a much better cricketer than that. To be a good selector, you need to be able to spot potential and reward it when it's ready. And Kushal Mala is someone they spotted very young, made that famous 50 in his first innings, and then shortly afterwards he went through a bit of a dearth of form. I think the pandemic had a lot to do with that. Didn't get to play much cricket, and then he found himself out of the team at just 17 years of age. Easily could have been lost. But Monty Desai came back in, and after a really good Nepal T20, which Mala had, he said, I want this man in both of my teams, the T20 team and the white ball team. And you can see why. You to look beyond those numbers. Sometimes as a coach, it's not easy to do.
Absolutely, and being a left-hander, it's an added advantage to the team, where he can bowl a bit of left-arm orthodox spin as well, and a decent fielder as well. He's improved a lot in his fielding as well. Was a lazy lad when he first came into the franchisee leagues, but now you can see him diving around, running hard to the ball, which is good to see.
There's a saying, I don't know what it is, but he's got it. And that's what Kushal Mala has. Very special young cricketer. And I think it's a good move not to see him at 3. We'll see him back in the middle order where he's had such good reward in recent times. That's the end of the 8th over. Nepal off to a flying start. The 50's up. It's 53 for 1.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Beautiful scene here at the TU International Cricket Ground, and a good healthy crowd has come in for a midweek morning afternoon we've ventured into now. VJ Oni is going to come in and bowl a few off breaks and starts right on the money. Probably 1,500, maybe 2,000 in, something like that. I was just up in the grass banks having a look around. It's very hot up there, Shara. You only really get a sense as to when you sit down on those grass banks. But a few of the fans were telling me there's been very little rain of any kind, and that's added to the heat and the humidity here in the valley.
Exactly. Also, the forest fire is not helping the cause. The heat being trapped in the valley of Kathmandu. That's raising the temperature as well.
What Nepal are going to look to do is raise the temperature on the pitch. Tell us about young Bim Sharkey. I said 3 or 4 times during that Cricket World Cup League 2, it felt like to me if Mala's not in the team, and right now Gyanendra Mala is in the squad but not in the starting 11, it felt to me as though Bim Sharkey is the one that should go in at number 3.
Yeah, probably that's the best option at the moment. Also, probably looking at this batting lineup, probably Monty, as you know, like Kushal is batting there as a aggressive batter there. We don't need Kushal Malla in top of the order. So probably that's the idea behind sending Bhim as a rotator of the strike and building up that partnership. And he's very flexible with his batting lineup, Monty, which you can see in the previous games. With 9th over done, Nepal are 53 for 1.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Lifebuoy ह्यान्ड वासले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस। यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ। वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जम्प प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
Pulled, but straight to the man. The aggression of Bertel has proved his downfall, and it's Khizr Hayat who's taken an excellent catch, banged in by Rizwan. And Malaysia have found a way to get their man after that flying start. Bertel hit it at a very catchable height and straight to the man just in front of square leg, maybe mid-wicket there.
A good sharp catch taken there by Khizr Hayat in the square leg. Sometimes your strength becomes your own downfall. Kushal Bhurtel, very good with the pull shot. You can see just short, gave it. Yeah, it was straight into the fielder's hands. Bhurtel again with a good start. Out for 38. Nepal are 53 for 2.
लाइफबॉय ह्यान्ड वासले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस। यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ। वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जम्प प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
Okay, boys, in this pitch, what we need is speed. Need to be fast. Coach. Who's the fastest? Whirling. Okay, whirling. Whirling.
सबैलाई थाहा छ इन्टरनेटको स्पिड र सर्भिस दुवैमा फास्टेस्ट वर्ल्डिङ नै हो।
This is the fastest.
Around the wicket, that angle, maybe just cramping Bertel up for room a bit. You talk about playing a pull shot or a hook shot. Coach will tell you to pull from low to high if you're hitting it into the air, or high to low. He kind of did neither, and that's why he's paid the price. Call it square leg.
Exactly. Rightly said, Lenny. With 3 fielders inside the leg side, it would probably be a safer option to go from down to up. Probably trying to hit over the 30-yard circle would be a safer option. Nicely caught there by Rohit. Starts off with a boundary.
Well, Nepali fans are going to hope that that is a sign of 2 weeks to come from Rohit Kumar Paudel. He's so integral to this lineup. He's so important to Nepali cricket. His calm leadership and his peerless batting. I love watching him go about his work. It may look like a short wide one, but from his very first ball, just the same with a cut shot. He's cut from high to low, so he's got on top of the bounce, no risk at all, and a perfect start, 4 runs to his account. He's such a stylish player. That innings of 95 not out against Scotland, I'm not sure if you're here for that one, Sherrod, but I'm sure you saw most of it, if not. Incredible.
That was one of the best innings I have seen by Rohit. Icing on the cake by finishing the game as well. Being the only responsible batter at the crease at that time with Karan Casey. Did the job done. Got the job done for his team. Another cut shot and easy 4 runs picked up again by Rohit. Rank bat ball. No fielders outside the 30-yard circle. Got it what it deserved.
Well, if Rizwan Haider hasn't learnt the lesson the first time, he should learn it now. Don't bowl short and wide to Rohit Kumar Paudel. You understand the angle around the wicket from the left-hander, but you've got to get your lines tight like he did to Bertel if you're going to bowl a short ball. Cannot be wide outside the off stump. That is meat and drink. Rohit Paudel, his second boundary, flying start for the home side's captain. Leading edge, that's the line. The reason you bowl around the wicket as a left arm seamer is to angle it in, maybe not to leg stump like he did there, but in towards middle stump and cause the right-handed batter problems. Fortunate there for Rohit Paudel.
You can see Rohit indicating from his gloves that it stopped a bit. Probably rolled his fingers. Rizwan. Getting that slight. Maybe probably Rohit trying to play it a little early.
Better line to finish with. It's a wicket taking over with 2 boundaries have also come in it. It will see the end of the first power play with Nepal 61 for 2.
Lifebuoy hand wash ले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जम्प प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
Okay, boys, in this pitch, what we need is speed. We need to be fast. Coach, who's the fastest? Whirling. Okay, whirling. Whirling.
सबैलाई थाहा छ इन्टरनेटको स्पिड र सर्भिस दुवैमा फास्टेस्ट वर्ल्डिङ नै हो
This is the fun.
Drop chance. I think this is put down. It's come off the glove. Bim Sharkey, who's played out a maiden for money, is surprised by the bounce. I think this has come off the glove. I'm not saying it's easy, but Saeed Aziz has put it down.
Saeed Aziz being a part-time keeper as well. Just looking for the ball actually. Beam Sarki getting the top edge. Doesn't need to play those shots right now. Reverse sweeps, that's his game, but needs to be a little extra careful at the start.
Yeah, particularly with the flying start in terms of both runs and wickets. They've lost 2 wickets in the power play. Going at a run of ball exactly, you can see in the bottom of your screen there. So the required run rate right now is not a factor. It's about 4, maybe 4.25 and over, something like that. There's so much power down this Nepali batting order. All it is now is a case of batting some time. If you play out a maiden or 2, it's not the end of the world. Rotate the strike if you can. And as we've seen, you are going to get the occasional bad ball to put away.
Exactly. Probably the dot ball pressure building up onto Bheem. But it's not about your individual game, it's about the team's game, where what's required for the team is more important. And the rate in which Nepal is going, they don't need to lose that extra wicket and just keep picking those singles, and those odd boundaries will come definitely.
It's a shot that Paudel likes. He likes to guide it away, use the pace of the spinners. But he's just causing a few problems here. An off spinner his action really reminds me of, which I'll talk to you about in his next over. Very straight. There's a little bit of Ravi Ashwood in that for me, I reckon. End of the 11th over. It's 63 for 2.
Okay, boys, in this pitch, what we need is speed. We need to be fast. Coach, who's the fastest? Whirling. Okay, whirling. Whirling.
सबैलाई थाहा छ इन्टरनेटको स्पिड र सर्भिस दुवैमा फास्टेस्ट वर्ल्डिङ नै हो
This is the fun.
लाइफबॉय ह्यान्ड वासले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस। यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ। वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
So a change of ends for Mohamed Wafiq. Going to come in now from the pavilion end of the ground. Just a bit of a lull in the crowd. A few nerves. Desperate to start with a win. Paddles very quick between the wickets, so the quick single he'll always get home with. You look at the structure of this tournament, the two groups of five, Sharad, and the fact that in many ways first is as good as second. What's the initial aims in this group stage for Nepal? They've got Malaysia, and their second game they'll take on Oman. Third game Saudi Arabia, a little bit of an unknown quantity there. They probably won't have played much against them. And then Qatar, a very good record in T20 cricket, not helped away. And helped away for 4, the wrong line. Maybe a bouncer too, but Bim Sharkey gets to double figures.
Wafiq, he's been drifting down that leg side from the start. You can see there's just shot down the leg and using the pace of the bowler beam, guiding towards the square leg region for another boundary beam. This would get him moving and might settle the nerves down a bit. Got his first boundary. These two have good understanding between them, Rohit and Beam.
Playing a miss outside the off stump, just a bit of movement after the ball has passed the bat. You see, look at that lineup of fixtures. Probably need to win 3 of your 4 games to get into the semi-finals. There are scenarios where you can win 2 and get in as well. But with Oman next, it makes it incredibly important that the home side start with a win today.
Yeah, it's always good to get that momentum going. But I tell you, Lenny, you can't write off any of these teams in this competition. We have played with all these teams in the past. And I think, except Saudi Arabia, we have been beaten by these teams before. If you say Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, all of them have beaten Nepal once or twice in the past, but surely the team has changed, times have changed. We'll see how the tournament progresses.
And yeah, to a certain extent, I don't think the world rankings, if you will, obviously many of these sides aren't in the ODI table, so it's difficult for us to compare them without status. Just Oman, UAE and Nepal have that status. And then working down the pyramid from Cricket World Cup League 2 down into the Challenge League, that's where Malaysia, Singapore, Qatar and Hong Kong have all been playing. So that's 4 of the additional teams. And the remaining 3, they'll be looking to get into the Challenge League in due course. That's Saudi Arabia, Bahrain and Kuwait. I think Kuwait are indeed in that playoff that will decide the next cycle. Good Yorker from Irfan. So a few of these sides will be a little bit unknown in their quantity and as to how they'll go in 50 over cricket, not so much T20Is. But to the end of the 12th over, it's 70 for 2.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
लाइफबॉय ह्यान्ड वासले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस। यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ। वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
So a comfortable start for Rohit Powell in particular to his innings. Bim Sharkey just a little bit more chancy. Sharon, what has been your takeaways from the last month or two of Nepali cricket, that journey of 11 wins, from a batting perspective? That's what I want to ask you. It looks like there's been a lot more certainty and loads of different batters stepping up.
Every game you can see some guy stepping up and contributing for the team. And it's not been a single effort, if you ask me. It's been a team effort, everyone contributing at the right moment, at the right time, and things clicking. The decisions taken by the coach, the captain, have been going well as well. And it's also a result of the hard work Can has also put in, which they had made sure to give that environment to the team to play so many friendly series in the past. Lots of camps, lots of friendly series.
The remarkable thing is, if you look back at those 12 games in isolation, forget about what went before. It was a different coach, it was a different captain. It just felt like a rebirth. The start of 2023 with Monty Desai coming in. And Kushal Bertel got it all going on Valentine's Day with a maiden ODI century. Guided, no more than that. Maybe half a stopper back to the point. Should get at least 2, they won't risk the third. Gets us to the end of the 13th. Score now 74 for 2.
Beam, we only have 1 day left. Focus, man.
No, coach. We have 1 month. You have 1 month. I have 1 month. I have sent my referral. No, please check it once.
Whirling River गर्नुहोस् दुवैजनालाई एक महिना फ्री इन्टरनेट र नेट टिभी सब्सक्रिप्सन पाउनुहोस् Whirling River offer.
Alright guys, don't worry. We have 1 month. Let's do this.
Lifebuoy hand washले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
Kushal Mala's got the pads on to his right as well, sitting next to defender Singhari there. I think there'll be a bit of flexibility in this middle order going forward, but in a situation like today where it's only in and around 4 and over needed, there's no need to send in Kushal Mala yet. Harry Sheikh will have lots of time to build an innings should he be required. Yeah, looking back to that Cricket World Cup League 2 campaign, Sharon, Bertel got it all going with that maiden ODI century against Namibia, chasing down 285. Then Dipender Singh Airi was the top scorer against Scotland with a 3-wicket win. Then it was Asif Sheikh's turn with 80 in a player of the match performance in a 3-wicket win over Nepal, and then that remarkable innings of 95 not out from Rohit Powell. Then over to Dubai, into the Ring of Fire Stadium, Kushal Bertel with 50, then Kushal Mala with 60, Asif Sheikh with 86 not out in a critical innings to seal a 3-wicket win helped by Sandeep Lamachani, as that's driven ever so pleasingly. Well, that's a lovely shot. He's picked the slower ball a long way away and he's picked the gap as well.
Yeah, just stand and deliver stuff by Rohit. Easy half volley for Rohit, and you can see it's bread and butter for him. He just enjoyed it to hit the bat. Crashes into the hoardings.
We're going to continue that journey through Cricket World Cup League 2. Then it was Bim Sharkey with his first ODI 50 in a player of the match performance. As Nepal defended just 220 odd against UAE in that last game to set it up for Kathmandu. Good stop at backward point, diving effort. Then Asif Sheikh with his maiden ODI century. For Rohit Powell it was that stepped up again to save Nepal from all sorts of trouble. They were 30 or 40 for 3 or 4 in that game where they rolled UAE all out for 71 to take a big win. Asif Sheikh again with the 50, not just 20 balls. And then in the final game, Bim Sharkey it was with the top score, but there's actually 4 batters who got to 50, I think, including a maiden ODI 50 for the youngster Gulshan Jah, That proved to be a match-winning innings. So throughout that journey that we've spoken about there, I think we've named every top-order batter bar Gyanendra Malla, who made good contributions of 20s and 30s as well. So that's completely alien to the history of Nepali batting, where it was one or two names at most, maybe three names, that were getting the runs. Now anyone in this top 8 can do it.
Absolutely. And the most pleasing thing about that batting lineup is it's not only about performances, it's about handling those crucial moments and situations, being aware to the situation, what the team requires from you, and guys stepping up for it and performing at the right moment when it mattered the most. It had never happened before in Nepali cricket with so much consistency. So much pleasing to see.
And before somebody gets onto Twitter and says, Andrew, what about Karen KC? Bats number 9. Of course, Karen KC as well. Critical innings, that one with Rohit Powell against Scotland, the folk hero. One of my very favourites. And a great man with those broad shoulders. We'll see him, not today, but throughout the tournament, no doubt. One of the reserve players today. Really good batting this from Powell and Sharkey. Powell's got to 21 off 21 without even a semblance of a chance. 14 bowled, 83 for 2.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Lifebuoy ह्यान्ड वासले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस। यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ। वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
Maybe the last over before drinks. As Uni's going to continue. He's caused a few problems. Do you see some shades of Ashwin in there?
Yeah, he has kind of similar action. Front on, tall. He's getting some bounce as well. It's not getting that easy for the batters as well. You can see his whole 3 overs just given away 6 runs.
How much of an influence is there from down south of the border? We're obviously so close to India. You see every single TV station. As I came through the city last night, it had the IPL on. It's very popular here. Do the young players growing up, do they look at those IPL stars?
Absolutely, it's being followed so much now. All the channels that brings live telecast of cricket, people are glued to it. And not only the youngsters, it's even if you can see people above the age of 50, 60 watching cricket so closely nowadays. It's a good thing to see the interest going.
I think 4 of the first 5 channels I turned on in my hotel room last night had the IPL on in some capacity. Different languages, and there's even the different fonts on the screen. I might get it wrong. I think it was some Hindi, maybe some Bengali as well. Broadcast all around the world. Some ludicrous games of cricket to start the tournament as well. I'm sure we're going to see some brilliant action like that here at this ACC Men's Premier Cup, as we see which of these sides is going to go and play against some of those Indian stars in September. End of the 15th over as the umpires have a...
Lifebuoy ह्यान्ड वासले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस। यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ। वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
So I think it's going to be 1 over before drinks, and no surprise to see Ahmed Faiz just change things up and try an over of left arm spin. It's not the left arm spinner we might have thought it could have been in Pawandeep Singh, because Pawandeep Singh is not here. He's got study commitments, so Virendeep Singh, his brother, also bowls left arm spin, not as maybe consistently. Slightly more round arm action. He does get good turn. And he's a good option to have. Bowled quite a bit there in Hong Kong as well. Very short run up, coming nearly through and around. Can he prize out one for Malaysia before the drinks break?
Yes.
He starts off well, getting some bite off the wicket as well. As you can see. Virendeep with his knowledge that he got while batting, probably trying to use that information on his bowling as well. Would be knowing the right speed to bowl in this wicket, which should be a bit slower. He does have a different action where he has a bit of pause as well.
It comes quite round arm, wide of the crease. As this one's punched down the ground. We're going to have the drinks break after this. We'll take a look at the first innings highlights too. Excuse me, the first session's highlights in this second innings. 150 more required from here. Has taken wickets, 25 T20I wickets to his name. Different challenge though, bowling in the 50 over format, where in T20 you can bowl very defensively, 5 men on the rope the entire time, and try to pick up wickets caught in the deep. In ODI cricket you have to be a bit more attacking, you have to earn your wickets. And he starts nicely, just 3 runs off the over. And that will get us to the drinks break. Sharkey and Powell unbeaten, unbowed, and looking to guide Nepal home to a victory in this game number 1 of the ACC Men's Premier Cup. We'll leave you with the highlights as we'll take a break here in the commentary box. We'll be back in about 5 minutes' time. The score is 87 for 2.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Okay, boys, in this pitch, what we need is speed. We need to be fast. Who's the fastest? Okay, Whirling.
सबैलाई थाहा छ इन्टरनेटको स्पिड र सर्भिस दुवैमा फास्टेस्ट वर्ल्डिङ नै हो.
This is the first.
Nicely flicked away in the boundary into the deep square leg. Beautiful cover drive
Bajaj Pulsar presents ACC Men's Premier Cup. Hygiene partner, Lifebuoy. Internet partner, WorldLink. Uplifting partner, Coca-Cola. Title sponsor,
Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Hygiene partner,
तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ World's #1 selling jump protection soap brand.
Internet partner,
छिटो बनेकै वर्ल्डिङ.
Uplifting partner. 10 countries, 24 matches. Live from TU and Mulpani ground. Watch live on YouTube on OSR Sports. Bajaj Pulsar presents ACC Men's Premier Cup. Hygiene partner, Lifebuoy. Internet partner, WorldLink. Uplifting partner, Coca-Cola.
So that's the state of play at the first drinks break in the chase. Nepal looking comfortable, won't be too pleased with having lost their two openers. Kushal Bertel made a nice little merry innings of 38 before he picked out square leg. And Asif Sheikh fell early today, caught and bowled, chipping one back to the bowler. Andrew Leonard here, as I will be throughout this ACC Men's Premier Cup 2023. Bring you every ball alongside my colleagues. We just heard from Sharon Basakar, the former national team player, alongside me now is Paresh Lahani. Paresh, my old friend, how are you?
I'm good, Benny. A very warm day today. It shows 31 degrees Celsius. It's a bit high for Kathmandu, but we're enjoying the action.
It is warm, and I think that heat has zapped everyone. It's made the fans a little less energetic and rowdy than they would usually be. It's also given a little bit of concern for some of the batters in particular. You can see fatigue kicking in as Powell holds his line, only apologises. They'll get away for a comfortable single. Are Nepal fully in control of this chase, Paresh, right now?
Yes, it looks like that. The captain, Roy Podel, playing on 22, and Bim Sharkey, 20 or 41. A good partnership building up here for Nepal. In the other hand, Vijay Oni doing a good job here in his fifth over, only giving 8 runs. Nicely punched that on the offside by Roy Podel, taking 2 runs. Good running between the wickets. They are very quick.
That's great running, really, really good. He's lightning across the turf is Rohit Kumar Patel. That looked like a cast iron single, didn't it? He calls through Sharkey for the second and gets back comfortably enough. Yeah, and he's been consistent, hasn't he? Just landed the ball in good areas.
No run.
It's the kind of wicket that I would describe as a fair sporting wicket. If you get it right, you put it into a good length. Whether you're a spinner or a seamer, you'll plenty to be interested by. But if you're too full or you're short or wide, be punished, and with that fast outfield, things can get very expensive very quickly.
Yeah, that is what Lalit Narayan Rajbangshi did for Nepal. Bowled 10 overs, took 2 wickets, 430 odd runs. Nicely bowled and nicely played again by Vim Sargi for a single. And I overheard you, Lenny, about the action of Uni. It's similar to Ravichandran Ashwin, the follow through after releasing the ball.
Yes, Vijay.
Nicely bowled again. A good contest here between these two batters and the bowler. After 17, Nepal 93 for 2.
Okay, boys, in this pitch, what we need is speed. We need to be fast.
Coach.
Who's the fastest? Okay, Whirling. Whirling.
सबैलाई थाहा छ इन्टरनेटको स्पिड र सर्भिस दुवैमा फास्टेस्ट वर्ल्डलिङ नै हो.
This is the first.
Five bowlers used so far for Malaysia. Definitely the hottest I can remember it being here in Kathmandu. Attended a lot of the games we've covered. It's been kind of in that September, which is post-monsoon time,
No run.
through to December, where you don't get great heat really.
Right there, Virat.
And even last March and the March before, it might have actually been into April when we were here for the 2 tri-series that brought cricket back to Kathmandu after the pandemic. Again, it wasn't anywhere near this hot. I think it's been the lack of rain. It's combined also a lack of snow apparently up in the mountains to create those forest fires, which has made things an awful lot hotter than maybe fans and citizens in general would like. Is this as hot as you can remember it being really this time of year?
Yes, it's just the start of summer now. It'll get hotter day by day. over the point fielder, down to the boundary line for 4 runs. Roy Podell, another boundary for him, moved to 30.
He's got a little bit lucky here. It's bounced on him, maybe more than he's expected because of that round arm action. He was expecting more sideways turn, but it got large on him. And he's ended up kind of playing with that bounce and getting it over the head of the backward point fielder, who was definitely interested for a moment or two. And runs away for 4 across that rapid outfield. Right on the money. Powell wants a single. Sharkey didn't. They've ended up having a look at each other before deciding on the dot ball. Thumbs up from the captain.
Yeah, I think Bim Sarki was spotless because of the bowler's runner-up, follow-through. Nicely punched down the ground for a single by Roy Podell. 138 more needed of 32.1 overs.
Protection out there, so it should just be a single. They won't be able to get back for a second. Just 1 run shy now, the 100 coming up. 18 ball, 99 for 2.
Lifebuoy ह्यान्ड वासले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
Well ahead at the moment, Nepal, after 18 overs. Parrot at point. Do you think Malaysia will look back at their batting innings and think that Virendeep Singh just went a little bit too slowly as the 100 comes up?
Yes, and the crowd just realizing the 100 is up for Nepal. Good shot. Oh, a very nice feeling there by Fitri Sham. Could stop the second, but surely stop 2 runs for his team.
It shows how quick the outfield is, that as soon as it pierces anything in and around the inner ring, man on at mid-off there was right in the edge of the circle. He's done well to get something on it to cut off the boundary. Keep it to just 2 as this one's guided away straight to the man. Nepal looking very comfortable in this chase right now. 2 class acts at the crease just guiding them. Good crowd in. Probably 2, maybe 2,500, something like that. Plenty outside as well. They tend to enjoy the action from up on high there. You can see them all the way around with the motorbikes as well. Lots of good atmosphere and camaraderie up in the crowd as always.
Yes, always have been in the Nepal game, and you can see people behind the walls as well. Wanted a quick run, but Roy Porter sent his partner back. After 19, Nepal 102 for 2.
Lifebuoy ह्यान्ड वासले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
Gorgeous shots in and around the Kathmandu Valley. Up in our drone, you can see a few of the teams there in the right of your picture, the nets. That's Kuwait and Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia in training, talking to the Kuwaiti head coach, the Sri Lankan Pushpak Amara. I was there having a chat to him. He's quietly confident coming into this tournament of getting to a semi-final. It's a big game for them. We'll bring you from here tomorrow. They take on the UAE and Saudi Arabia as well. You were telling me that they gave Oman a really good game in one of the warm-ups. In fact, they beat them.
Yes, that is what ground personnel told me in the morning. the ground by Bhimsarki for a single. Building up a good partnership, these two batsmen. Captain leading from the front.
Helped around the corner. Just a single. Even though Saudi Arabia beat Bahrain in the Challenge Cup final, Bahrain were arguably maybe the more impressive of the two sides that qualified from that event. So it just goes to show that nobody will be guaranteed any easy games. We're going to see upsets here throughout this tournament. But the structure is one that will reward those that peak at the right time. Get through your group, win 2 games, you're off to play against India and Pakistan. That's how it works. If you can get into a winning habit like Nepal showed us during the end of Cricket World Cup League 2, it could prove very hard to stop.
Yes, it's all a habit, a winning habit. That is what Nepal has done in the last 2 months, winning 11 ODIs of 12. Nicely driven down to sweep a cover for 1 run. Rohit Podell. 20 overs have been bowled. Nepal 106 for 2.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Okay, boys, in this pitch, what we need is speed. We need to be fast. Coach. Who's the fastest? Whirling. Okay, whirling. Whirling.
सबैलाई थाहा छ इन्टरनेटको स्पिड र सर्भिस दुवैमा फास्टेस्ट वर्ल्डिङ नै हो.
This is the fun.
Lifebuoy ह्यान्ड वासले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस. यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ. वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड.
Just cruising to 25 off 25 balls, 40 off 40 balls without looking in any way hassled or hurried or really taking any risk.
Yeah, that is the part that impresses a lot of people here in Nepal and around the globe. It just keeps it simple, rotates the strike in the initial stages, and the innings that he played against Scotland at 95 not out. I think that was the best I've ever seen of him.
I think Pedal will want to maybe start to add some bigger scores to his repertoire in terms of 3 figures. Sometimes not easy from number 4. You could be coming to the crease at the 20th over. You don't have as much time necessarily as the openers do, but that'd be the one thing you'd like to see him add to his game.
Oh, misfield. There was a single. He attacked the ball. I think he got a bit of a bad bounce there. 2 runs taken by Bhimsarki. Yeah, talking about getting into the 3-figure mark. Every batter wants to do that. Even the tail enders want to finish it off in the 3-figure mark.
Lovely, Vijay.
Yeah, it's being hypercritical here. You know, just thinking about has been times, certainly earlier in his ODI career, where he would have got lots of 30s and 40s, and when he got to 50, might not have gone on to the 3 figures too often, but he is a class act. Brilliant to watch as the Nelson has moved by. 21 overs bowled now, it's 112 for 2.
Lifebuoy ह्यान्ड वासले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस. यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ. वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड.
Okay, boys, in this pitch, what we need is speed. We need to be fast. Coach. Who's the fastest? Whirling. Okay, whirling. Whirling.
सबैलाई थाहा छ इन्टरनेटको स्पिड र सर्भिस दुवैमा फास्टेस्ट वर्ल्डिङ नै हो.
This is the fun.
So you're getting a look down towards Kirtapur there. Cardrell might be flying a bit too far away. Come back. Don't go missing on us.
Yeah, nicely played again by Bhimsarki. And the other match going on of the ACC Men's Premier Cup in Mulpani ground. Singapore were bundled out for 174. Hong Kong won 23 for 1 in 28 overs, cruising away towards the victory.
Well, Hong Kong closed out that victory. That'd be a statement victory, wouldn't it? Statement that, okay, they might not be in Cricket World Cup League 2, they might not have ODI status these days, but remember, it was them that qualified for the last Asia Cup. They got through that excellent qualifier there in Oman. Upsetting the UAE, who went in as heavy favourites. I thought Hong Kong on the whole acquitted themselves pretty well. I know it was in the shorter format, the T20 format, in the UAE. They had certainly showed moments of why they can be such a good side, and they're showing it again in the 50 over version here starting today. Game day 1. Net run rate could be important in terms of getting to the semi-final 2. Oh dear. What looked like a regulation single, as the heat is starting to tell. This time it's Rizwan Haider. They call that the long barrier to make sure it's impenetrable. But the key to the technique is to have your knee together with your foot. Gone straight through.
Yes, he went straight through between the legs and between his palms as well. Out. Very soft dismissal here for Roy Podell, who was looking very good. I think the ball bounced a bit.
The disaster, just as we spoke about how Rohit Powell was looking imperious and chanceless and flawless, managed to find a way to give it out, a bit of a nothing shot. He was 42 off 42, and he's just helped it to backward point. Slightly unorthodox action of Virendeep Singh. Does tend to take wickets. Pretty simple catch held at backward point by the youngster Mirazim. Paddle's going to have to walk back. He's gone for 42. It's 119 for 3.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
रोहितले चुट्छ नि भीमले पनि नचुटिरहेको त कुशल मल्ल कहाँ पुग्नु 21 ओभर हो 22 ओभर छैन नि 30-35 मा गरेको
Kushal Malla is the new man in at number 5. Good striker of the cricket ball. I think he's sent because there's a left-arm orthodox bowling Virendeep Singh. It will be relatively easy for Kushal Malla to play the left-arm orthodox. Interesting move, is it, Lenny? Sending in Kushal Malla?
Yeah, look, I think it's the natural move with the left-arm spinner. Just causing a few problems here and there. So send in left-handed batter to counteract that. Can take his time as well. Crowd trying to get into it, trying to react to Virendeep Singh there.
Ooh. It's an ideal moment for Kushal Malla to come in. After 22, Nepal 119 for 3.
Beam, you only have 1 day left. Focus, man.
No, coach. We have 1 month. You have 1 month. I have 1 month. I have sent my referral note. Please check it once.
Whirling River Guns. दुवैजनालाई 1 महिना free internet र net TV subscription पाउनुहोस्. Whirling River offer.
Alright guys, don't worry. You have 1 month. Let's do this.
2 overs have been bowled. I'll just need to be careful not to allow 1 wicket to become 2, 2 wickets to become 3. Trial by spin continuing. This time a change in bowler, going to be Khizr Hayat into the attack. Very economical in his action, but generally very consistent, does get good revs on the ball, will generate turn.
Yes, looks to be a good bowler there. Kushal Malla on strike. He's going to face his second ball of the innings. Just new at the crease at number 5. And talk about Kushal Malla, he's batted everywhere at number 3, at number 5, at number 7.
Malla gets off the mark stylishly down the ground. Do you think Malla will have been spoken to by Monty Desai in particular about his initial approach to ODI innings, or 50 over innings in this case, in terms of not going at it from ball 1? That's just going to angle down, miss the leg stump. He'll be given his leg buys, although Kizar Hayat was interested. Do you think Monty Desai would like him just to take a little bit more time, 5 or 10 balls at the top?
Yes, that must be the case here. A very optimistic appeal by the bowler there. Hayat ball was definitely going down the leg side. And talking about Kushal Malla. That's nicely played down the ground for a single.
Yeah, you can see the work, the amount of cricket that's been played on this square here. 12 games at this venue. It's 13, isn't it, at this venue, and 11 at the Mulpani. It's going to be a good weight of cricket. That's 50 over cricket, remember, over the course of the coming 15 days. Looks to me like they certainly have 3 pitches earmarked. Might look at using a 4th as well. This one's played well. I think 235 is well under par. Malaysia going to have to find wickets, find them quickly to get into this contest.
They were looking very good in the first innings. Good partnership between the Singh and the captain. Fires more than 100 run partnership. It looked like they would reach 300 runs.
So a dot ball to close out that over. Time for a change in the commentary box. I'll bid you farewell. 23 bowled, 124 for 3.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Lifebuoy hand washले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ Well,
good passage of play. Game in equal balance at the moment. You can see one more small partnership required by Team Nepal, and similarly Malaysia would be looking to get that breakthrough.
Nicely bowled by Virendeep Singh there with a round arm action. And Nepal need a partnership here, whereas Malaysia need a wicket or 2, quick ones. And look at the Nepal's batting lineup. Plenty of batters to come. Dipender Singh Airi, Arif Sheikh, Gulsen Shah, Sompal Kami as well. Sandeep Lamachani, he smashes ball around the ground.
Virendeep finishes his 5th over. A dot ball. Nepal are 124 for 3.
भेटो खोलेर भेटौँ आज त हुन्छ केही खास
Nicely punched down the ground by Kushal Mala for a single. And Nepal are doing rather comfortably here. If Malaysia take wicket or two in quick succession, Nepal will be in a spot of bother. But they are doing it very well. Team Sargi 33. Up in the air. Oh, very good attempt, but was it a catch? The ball reaches the boundary. 4 runs to Bhim Sarki. Was that a drop catch?
Diving effort there. Bhim trying to hit it over the 30 yards fielder, miscuing it, and the right hand was out. Just caught the tips of the finger, rolled it to the boundary ropes.
Overthrow, but single not taken. Yeah, talking about that catch. The attempt was good. The ball hitting the hand, hitting the fingers. We should call it as a drop chance. It's very hard for the fielders nowadays. If you hit the hand, you have to take it. Otherwise, it's called a drop chance. A very difficult one with one hand almost grabbing it.
And he was the captain himself, Fayaz Ahmed. Those are the catches which stick sometimes. Not to be. Single taken. Some comedy of errors by the fielders, the bowlers, trying to throw the ball and slipping out of the hand. Injury concern there. One of the fielders. Stoppage in play.
Yeah, I think he pulled his hamstring. The fielder there. Looks very uncomfortable. It's very warm in the middle. It's Ramli, the fielder. I think he pulled his calf. He's holding his calf. It's very warm out there. They need a lot of fluids. I think he's going off the field. Look at this view. Very beautiful view of the university ground, and you can see the university building around. TU University, beautiful TU International Cricket Ground as well. Bhim Sarki playing an anchor innings here, 38 of 66.
Thank you.
In the first innings, Malaysia scored 225 for 9 in 50 overs. Vice, the captain, 76 of 95. Virandeep, 46 of 94. And Haj, 22 of 25. Lami Chani and Sopal Khani, 6 wickets in between them. And Lalit Narayan Rajbangshi taking 2.
He's one of those bowlers who doesn't give much air. Balls flatter in the air. And interesting to see if he gets any purchase out of this wicket, which would be tough for the speed he bowls in. And it's 25 overs done. Nepal are 130 for 3.
Lifebuoy hand washले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
Okay, boys, in this pitch what we need is speed. We need to be fast. Coach. Who's the fastest? Whirling. Okay, whirling.
सबैलाई थाहा छ इन्टरनेटको स्पिड र सर्भिस दुवैमा फास्टेस्ट वर्ल्डिङ नै हो
This is the first.
Sarki on strike. Now Malaysia need a wicket or two in a very quick succession to get a game out of it. And look at the spectators there. Good to see young kids coming into the ground to watch their hero play. Nicely driven down the ground by Bhim Sarki for a single.
Bhim moves on to 39 of 67. Decent strike rate. Nepal requiring just 105 runs more out of 24 overs, 24.5 overs. See the red flag flying. See people with different ages, colorful crowd. Mullah just punches it off the back foot. Taking his time, Kushal Mullah.
Good fielding there.
Good to see this approach by Mullah. There is no hurry whatsoever, but his natural game being aggressive. He likes those left arm spin bowling. And to go after them.
Talking about Kushal Mullah's batting, it's not that he just favors the onside, but he drives it well. He drives it on the offside as well, cover drives it. Good fielding again by Amir Azim. He looks livelier in the field.
Earlier we were talking about Kushal Mullah when Lenny was mentioning about his talent and that he missed out in the middle for a couple of months or a year or so. That's cut very well for a boundary by Bhim Sarki. Slightly short and wide, took full advantage of it, Bhim Sarki.
Yes, that was very well cut by Bhim Sarki. Into the gap. Behind square, beating the fielder at sweeper cover. For 4 runs after 26, Nepal 136 for 3. Yeah, just 100 to win.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
Here goes Kushal Mullah, straight down the ground, 1 bounce, 4 runs.
That's what Kushal Mullah does best. It's down the ground, straight hit over the bowler's head. That must get him going. Yeah, sweet hit there by Kushal. Effortless. Goes again. And a better hit. 4 runs again. Back-to-back boundary. Kushal Mullah gets the crowd going.
Yeah, this was a bit fuller than the other one. This time he middled it. It was right on the slot. Tried to play that on the offside, but couldn't beat the short extra.
Talking about Kushal, he's been a changed player after he came back from the Junior Premier League in Pakistan for us. Look at that shot. Over covers. 6 runs it is. That's the Kushal Mullah for you.
That was played by sheer timing. Look at this shot. There's no follow through whatsoever. He just timed the ball so well. It went into the crowd. What a good shot. 4, 4 and a 6. Nicely played again. Oh, comical there, comical. Bhim Sarki wanted to take a single there. Took a single.
Needs to be careful, both of these batters. Beam is very quick runner between the wicket, whereas Kushal Malla has that. He's not one of those considered as very quick in between the wickets. Need to understand each other's speed while running in between the wickets.
Nicely driven down the ground by Bhim Sharkey for a single. And who needs to run quick when you can hit out of the ground? 27 gone, 152 for 3.
Lifebuoy hand wash ले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
Okay, boys, in this pitch, what we need is speed. We need to be fast. Coach. Who's the fastest? Whirling. Okay, Whirling. Whirling.
सबैलाई थाहा छ इन्टरनेटको स्पिड र सर्भिस दुवैमा फास्टेस्ट वर्ल्डिङ नै हो
This is the fastest.
Virandeep Singh to continue from the pavilion end. Bhim Sharkey on strike. Oh! That's nicely played. Cut away down to point region just for a single. Like I said, Bhim Sharkey is very quick in between the wickets, whereas Kushal Malla is not that quick. You don't need to be that quick if you hit the ball out of the ground very often.
How effortless is Kushal Malla when he's hitting those boundaries for it? What do you think is the reason behind that?
That was hit straight too long off. One bounce to the fielder. Kushal Malla was 4 of 10 deliveries when he first came in. Now he's 20 of 16. Look at the improvement of his strike rate. Nicely driven down the ground by Bhim Sharkey. Moves to 46 of 72. Now he's anchored the innings very well. He's come out with that form that he played against UAE, the last match of the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2. He scored a half century, and again, moving towards it. And another huge hit. I think that's gone in the parking lot.
A rank short ball there by Virandeep and took full toll of it, Kushal Malla. How long had he hit that ball? Must have gone a good 90 meters for his.
Yeah, he definitely went over that. Yeah, almost hit the security personnel's truck there.
That's his area, Kushal Malla. Won't leave those balls. There you go again. Big swing of the bat. Wait for one more run.
Yeah, Kushal Malla entertaining the crowd. Not in numbers that they were here in the last game a month ago against UAE. Nicely driven again by Bhim Sharkey for a single. After 28, Nepal 164 for 3.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Lifebuoy hand wash ले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
Bhim's contribution is 16 of 19, and look at Kushal Malla's contribution, 27 of 18, 4 fours and 2 sixes. The 4-wicket partnership.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Shazrul Azad is the new bowler for Malaysia from the Chobar end. Talking about Kushal Malla, Sharad, you've picked Kushal Malla from the talent hunt in the franchise league. Oh, very good shot. Over the square leg field. Oh, nicely done by the fielder there. He stopped 4 runs for his team. A very good effort by the fielder down to deep square leg. Umpire is going to have a check. That is what Kushal Malla did in the earlier stage in the first innings. Look at that. What a valiant effort. I think he's okay there.
Seems to have done a very good job, the fielder there. Seemed to be Virendeep there. The deep square leg region. Sizerul starting with a short rank ball. Yeah, what a save there by the fielder. Saved 5 runs, or 4 runs, that is, for his team.
Yeah, I think that's clean. He's saved 4 runs for his team. He didn't catch it, but he just hit the ball inside the boundary. Look at that. Beautifully done. Well done, Virendeep.
Presence of mind, what that is. Not easy to stop those boundaries when it's going over the ropes. You need a lot of hours and hours of practice to execute that the right way. Well done there by the fielder. Seems to have done a very good job. Fielder still waiting for umpire's decision. Yeah, seemed to have thrown it back before his legs landed. Yeah, rightly so. 2 runs given.
Yeah, I was talking about Kushal Malla coming into the scene from the talent hunt that you did in the Everest Premier League. Tell me about that, Sharad.
Yeah, it was very easy for us to pick him actually. And Bhim Sarki moves on to 50 runs. A very well played innings by Bhim, has played so well in the wickets falling around him, but he has stayed put from one end.
Yeah, Bhim Sarki back-to-back 50s in the international circuit here. Not in one-day international though. This is not considered to be one-day international. This is the List A game. But he scored 50 in the last match he played against UAE here in this particular ground. Sending him at number 3 has paid off for the team Nepal. Well bowled, slower ball.
Yeah, very well builded innings by Bhim Sarki. Has come off 75 balls with a decent strike rate of 66. But he has done the job for his team till now. Now he has to stay till the end and finish it off for his team.
Very good running between the wickets by Bhim Sarki. So quick. Overthrow. It's going to the boundary. Oh, very nice fielding there again. These Malaysian fielders are doing a very good job, apart from 1 or 2 misfields.
Good ground cricket from both of these teams. Good running between the wickets, good fielding, diving stop. Yeah, you're talking about Kushal Malla and that talent hunt program we had in 2018 when he was picked up by Bhairava Gladiators. You can see a diving stop by Wafiq. 220. Umpires checking in with the boundary ropes. Again, it seems The fielder has done a very good job stopping 2 runs for his team.
I think it's fine. He's pushed the ball in before he touched the boundary line. The cushion, the advertising cushions there. Yeah, very good decision by the TV umpire. These batters are getting a move on here. On the pads, nicely flicked away. Down to boundary for 4 runs. Beam Sarking opening up now.
Nicely flicked that off his legs, Beam. Timed it beautifully for another boundary. Slightly over pitched by Sazrul. Started very expensive manner. Down the legs, and it's kind of a free hit for Beam. No fielders there.
Yeah, Beam Sarking is very well set, and that's a free B for him. Flicked it nicely down to mid-wicket region for 4 runs. A very expensive over so far, 10 of 5 balls. Nicely driven down the ground again, but straight to the mid-off fielder. No run taken, 10 runs off this over. 29 gone, Nepal 173 for 3.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Lifebuoy hand washले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
Rizwan Haider is going to come back into the attack from the pavilion end. He's bowled 5 overs, 26 for 1, his figures till now. Kushal Malla on strike. We can see there's a short pine, mid-wicket, the leg side and deep square leg, and long on. Third man, sweeper cover is coming inside the circle, backward point, short extra, and a long off. Short pine goes back in the boundary and fine leg. There must be 5 fielders inside the circle in the second power play, and that is why the fine leg is coming into the 45.
Look at Kushal Malla strike rate. He's already scored 30 runs off 20 balls, going on a strike rate with 150.
Nicely pulled away. Very fine. The final fielder is inside the circle. It rolls into the advertising hoarding cushions and the boundary. Yet another boundary for Kushal Malla. Moves to 34.
Yeah, just guided it along the way. Down the leg. Fine leg fielder up. Just tried to pull it and got some gloves and bat and on its way.
A change in the field. The final fielder goes back in the boundary and the third man comes into the circle. There are 4 fielders inside the circle in the offside and 1 fielder on the leg side. That is mid-wicket.
Wanted to ask you one thing, Paris, whom you have played with a lot, about Shakti Gautam.
Goes down the ground. Massive. Another 6. It crosses the fence. Not as big as the earlier one, but nevertheless 6 runs for Kushal Malla.
Yeah, the way Kushal's moving on now, this game is not going to be going on for a long time. Clean hit by Kushal. Bounces off the ACC Men's Premier League Cup board. Back to the ground again. And talking about Shakti, who was the mentor of Kushal Malla. But the interesting thing is, him being the mentor of Kushal, he bats no way like Shakti Gautam, you know. It's quite the opposite, isn't it, boys?
Yes, it's quite opposite, but I think he was a mentor only in bowling, the left arm orthodox. not in batting, in my perspective.
I hope if you're watching this, Shakti, mark Parish's words, what's he saying about you. I'm sure he'll give you a mouthful after the game, Parish.
Yeah, even in batting, Shakti Gochan was a crisis man. When we lost early wickets, he used to go to the center and just stable the ship. He was, of course, the crisis man for the Nepal side when he played. A legend of Nepal cricket, Shakti Gochan. Nicely flicked off his hips, down to fine leg for a single. Bhim Sarki looks in a very good nick.
Talking about Shakti, some of the stories back in those days, if you remember Parish, he was one of the most disciplined guys in the team. Had a particular routine of his food, of his sleep. Can you share some of the stories, Parish?
Yeah, he was a peculiar guy, very disciplined, as you said, Sharad. Nicely guided that into the gap. Beautiful fielding there, yet again, by Amir Azim. I talk about Shakti Gochan. He had a very running run-up when he bowled spin, and against Iran, I remember in 2004, he got a batsman bowled out, and the batsman refused to go out because the batsman was saying to the umpire that you cannot run and bowl a spin.
Oh yes, I remember that game. That was the game, is it, where we got the game over inside 2 hours, isn't it?
Hit it straight towards the stumps at the non-striker's end. After 30, Nepal 186 for 3.
Beam, we only have 1 day left. Focus, man.
No, coach. We have 1 month. You have 1 month. I have 1 month. I have sent my referral. No, please check it once.
Whirling River गर्नुहोस् दुवैजनालाई एक महिना फ्री इन्टरनेट र नेट टिभी सब्सक्रिप्सन पाउनुहोस् Whirling River offer.
Alright guys, don't worry. We have 1 month. Let's do this.
Lifebuoy hand washले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
Yeah, so you can see the same bowler being used from the over end. Nepal need 50 more runs of 20 overs. It should be an easy task. So there's a change in commentary again. Welcome back, Lenny.
Thanks, Jared. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Dream start for Nepal. Absolute dream. There's a few nerves or something this morning. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Maybe it's because I was off a long flight with a pretty poor night's sleep. I don't know what it was, but everything felt a bit weird this morning. Everyone finding their way into the tournament. And I thought Nepal were under par. Not taking away from how Ahmed Faiz and Birendeep Singh batted and got Malaysia into a very strong position to post a big total. But then something changed. Maybe that spark from Lamachani getting the wicket. So it's chipped into the leg side. It'll land safely for, should be a couple. And since then, really, with the exception of maybe the fall of Asif Sheikh, it's been pretty smooth going, isn't it, for the kind of latter 60% of this match, or latter 3/4 of the game. Nepal maybe just a bit nervous. Those expectations of the home fans, they can weigh on you sometimes, but they've come into their own, and they're going to take what looks to me to be a massive victory. Hong Kong have got off to a brilliant start. They have given Singapore a real drubbing, winning with 102 balls remaining. Barbahaya showing us what everyone here in Nepal already knows, that he is a class act. Finished it with 6-6-6-1. Akshay Puri, who's a talented, he's off Eritrea Dutta, Puri's at the other end. Dutta's 6 overs went for 61. Singapore beaten all ends up. So it looks like very big wins for Hong Kong and Nepal, two of the tournament's favourites, to get us underway here in the ACC Premier.
Yeah, Hong Kong to a flying start as well. Seem to have a very strong side with Anshuman Rath back and some of the senior players back. Getting a very easy win over Singapore. Will be one of the favorites for the tournament, for sure.
Yeah, this is where the intrigue will start to kick in if the more fancied sides start strongly, which certainly day one is indicating that they might. Then it's starting to duke it out and see who can guarantee top two, who you're going to play in the semi-final. Could be 4 cracking games. If things went to, I suppose, form and seeding and rankings, this sort of stuff, it would be Nepal, Oman and UAE as the 3 ODI sides, probably with Hong Kong as the top 4 teams. There's a lot of cricket to be played to get to that point. Certainly Nepal, the hosts, and Hong Kong have started excellently and put to bed any early nerves, early tournament nerves. End of the 31st, 192 for 3.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
So change in bowling from the Chobar end. Vijay Unni comes back for his 8th over from the pavilion end. Had a decent spell. 22 runs of 7 overs, wicketless.
A little bit of a lack of penetrative threat to the Malaysian attack. Big fan of Mohamed Wafiq. Can't really understand why we've seen absolutely nothing really thus far of the young left arm spinner. Don't think he's at a bowl yet, has he? Young Amir Azim. He's a talented cricketer, gets good revs on it. He often is underused, and of all the surfaces that you would like him to be having a bowl on, this would be it here. I do hope he's in the playing 11. Our list has him in the playing 11. I've seen him in the field plenty, but no sign of him with the ball yet. And didn't see a huge amount of him with the bat, just in for 18 deliveries. He is out there, but no sign of him being given a ball just yet.
There goes Kushal Malla again. Well hit there, just crossed over the ropes. Good effort there by the fielder.
Well, Kushal Malla's putting on a bit of a clinic here now. He's unleashing his power, and that's raw power down the ground. Hasn't got near the middle. And even though Rizwan tried his best, he's a tall man, couldn't get anything on it. Not particularly well judged. Malla, he's had enough. He wants to go home. He wants a 50 to his name to go with it. And he's going to get it. 50 of 28 deliveries. Remember, he was 4 of 10. So his next 18 deliveries, he's hit 40. This young man, he has the world at his feet. His name, it's Kushal Malla.
Yeah, what a start to this tournament for Kushal Malla and for his team. How effortless he looks when he's hitting those sixes. Has some talent, hasn't he? Equally supported there by Team Sarki as well. Batting on 61. Those 36 runs needed for Team Nepal.
End of the 32nd over. This game's ending in a hurry. Nepal 201 for 3.
Beam, we only have 1 day left. Focus, man.
No, coach. We have 1 month. You have 1 month. I have 1 month. I have sent my referral. No, please check it once.
Whirling River गर्नुहोस् दुवैजनालाई 1 महिना फ्री इन्टरनेट र नेट टिभी सब्सक्रिप्सन पाउनुहोस् Whirling River offer.
Alright guys, don't worry. We have 1 month. Let's do this.
Lifebuoy hand washले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
82 runs this partnership is worth. Come in really good time, primarily thanks to Kushal Mala. We've got a privileged position here, shared up in the commentary box. Things can look very easy. You know, from playing, it's never that way on the pitch. But 2 things stood out for me from that incredible run, the 11 wins from 12, and the brilliance of everything that happened here throughout that 30-day period. The 2 things that stood out were a difficulty with the death bowling and Kushal Mala batting at the wrong position at number 3 in that final series. So you've got to give great credit. I don't know if it's Monty Desai, I don't know if it's Rohit Powdell, whoever it is in the setup, in the Brains Trust, has clearly seen what we've seen and they found a remedy to it. Now yes, it will be tested more and more so against some of the stronger sides, particularly come Zimbabwe for the Cricket World Cup qualifier. They've identified what's gone wrong, that's half the battle. And they've found a way to get it right. Mala has to bat at 5. Look at how threatening he is here. And the death bowling with Kami and Irie today was brilliant.
Absolutely, it's working for them at the moment. Yeah, with this team, they really dig into the data and stuff. They try to know their opponents, the conditions, and take full toll of it. Yeah, Kushal Malla again smacking it for a run towards the covers. Yeah, the good thing about this team is everyone is ready to bat in whatever position they are given. Gone are the days when there is a fixed position for them, a particular number. Those days are gone.
Yeah, and there may be a day where Mala's needed at 3 for some reason, but his natural spot is an aggressive power hitter in the middle order.